Thank you for bringing all of us safely to this event. We ask that your spirits will guide us. We commit everything we're going to do here into your hand. And we pray for success in the name of Jesus Christ. Use everybody that's going to be talking, speaking, serving, doing one thing or the other. And we, the participants, give us the wisdom, the understanding that we need to get everything that is meant for us in this program. At the end, we shall have all cause to glorify your name. In Jesus' mighty name, we have prayed. Let's put our hands together. Thank you so much. So we want to officially kick off the Edtech Indaba 2025. Thank you so much. We're going to start with a workshop session. It's a practical workshop session, and I want to bring right here now to the stage Precious Onyemachi for the workshop.
My name is Precious Onyemachi, and I'm taking you on the workshop. The topic is Introduction to AI Prompting. So, I want to ask, how many of you have used AI before? Like, let's say ChatGPT in note preparation or anything. Okay, how many of you have email address? Please, let's start from there. So, all of us have email address. So before you can be able to use any Google product, you need to have email address. Hope all of us have email address. Okay. So first of all, we are going to start by knowing what prompting is.
Okay. In my own understanding, I would say that prompting is all about telling the system or the computer exactly what you want it to do for you.
All right, that's a good answer. So today we are going to learn how to give our AI a prompt. And there is types of prompts. We have a good prompt and we have a bad prompt. A bad prompt is the one where you come and say, please, what is this? Without specifying what you want exactly. So today we are going to learn the good prompt and the bad prompt. How to use the good prompt and the bad prompt. Please go to your Google Chrome. Open your Google Chrome. On your Google Chrome, type chatgtp.com. So how many of you have used ChatGTP before? If you have used it, that means you have an account. But if you don't have an account, you can log in. You can sign up with your Gmail. Please, if you are there, you let me know so we can continue. Have you signed in? Okay, you have the app. I believe all of us, we are all teachers. So we are going to learn how to use AI for lesson plan, to make our lesson notes. That's the first thing that we are going to do. So I want you to give a prompt. Tell AI what you want. Like, you want to prepare a note, either English notes, mathematics notes, any note at all. Give the AI a prompt. Please, let's wait for them. Their network is bad. Edtech Indaba. Yep, yeah. I believe everybody is there. So let's make a good prompt. I want you to type a lesson note that you want, a good prompt, not a bad one. For those that are connected. So example of what you type. You can say create a lesson note for SS1 mathematics on quadratic equation. That's an example of a good prompt that you can type. Should I repeat it? Okay, I said create a lesson plan for SS1 mathematics on quadratic equation. It's already on the board. So this is an example of a good prompt. You give a detail of what you want. I believe everybody. Okay, you cannot see. On the screen, you will see our answer. We gave a prompt and it provided us with what we asked it for. Please, you can go through the answer provided on your phone. Go through the answer that you have. For those that are there, please, you can go through the answers. So let's move to the next. It's not only asking the AI to provide a lesson note, lesson plan for you. You can also ask AI to generate a quiz. You can also create a quiz using AI. After each topic, you want to give your class a quiz. You can also generate the quiz. So you still go and type there. Generate 5 multiple choice questions. That's a quiz that we are going to give. 5 multiple choice questions. On Africa geography with answers. That's the second prompt that we are giving. So run it. Are you there? So on our screen, you can see the questions it generated for us and also with the answers. So you can give your students the question. If you don't want to stress yourself to know the answers, the AI have already generated the answers for us. That's also one of the uses of ChatGPT, that's AI prompting. Hope you understand. So let's move to the next thing we can use AI for. We can also use AI for student engagement ideas. Student engagement ideas. You can use So let's give a prompt. Suggest 5 activities for teaching fraction to students in Basic 5. Suggest fun activities. Fun activities. FUN. For teaching fractions to Basic 5 people. If you check very well, our prompt is detailed. It's a good prompt. if you want to give AI a prompt, you detail what you want. You understand? You can see it on the chalkboard, on the screen. Okay, suggest fun activities for teaching fractions to basic 5 people. Are we there? So on the screen you can see the fun activities, games that we can play. Pizza or cake fraction game, fraction go, all those are games you can ask your people to play. Any question? So I mentioned 3 things that we can use AI to do on teaching. So can someone help me with the 3 things I listed?
You can use AI to create lesson plans. You can use AI to create quizzes. And lastly, you can use AI to create student engagement ideas.
You can clap for her, please. So I'm going to give you an assignment to do, something that I said, a classwork that you are going to do here. So I want you to give AI a prompt, a good prompt. You can say a story or anything. I just want you to generate a good prompt on anything. It can be a story, your lesson plan, on anything. So have you done that? Are we all there? I cannot see the prompts one after the other, but I will call someone to come and read what he or she has. So, Auntie, bring my phone.
Good morning, all. What I have as a lesson plan is based on CCA music. It said class primary 3, subject CCA, topic music, introduction to music, subtopic meaning and importance of music.
Okay.
I have duration 40 minutes, week, insert week, term, insert term. That's how we do that.
Yeah.
Instructional material, drum, flute, song, chart, pictures of musical instruments, and etc.
All right.
I have lesson objective.
Okay.
Should I continue?
You can continue.
By the end of the lesson, pupils should be able to, number 1, define the music in simple terms. 2, identify at least 3 sources of music. Number 3, state at least 3 importance of music in daily life. 4, participate in simple clapping and singing exercises.
Okay.
I have number 2 as previous knowledge.
Okay.
Pupils have heard and sung during assembly at home or during cultural religious activities. I have number 3, introduction, that is 5 minutes. Teacher sings a short familiar song like Old MacDonald Had a Farm or a local folk song. Okay. Ask, what am I doing? Lead them to say, you are singing a song that is music, and I will also dance with them. Should I continue? I have number 4, like presentation.
Don't worry, our time is. So you can see that she gave a prompt and her answers was provided. So you can give her.
Okay, so I prompted ChatGPT. I said, how can I handle my students who are always distracted and lose focus easily while lessons are going on? So the response is this. That's a thoughtful question and all that. So how to handle distracted or easily distracted students? Number 1, capture their attention early. It's called the hook method. So start every lesson with something interesting or unexpected, like a question, a story, a riddle, a short video, or whatever it is. Then the second is to break lessons into short, active segments. This is because children's attention span are very short, about 8 to 10 minutes for primary students and 15 to 20 minutes for older students. So instead of long explanations, teach in mini chunks. Alternate between talking, asking, doing, and showing. Number 3, use movement and hands-on activities. So they could work in groups, they could work in pairs, they could move around during lessons. Number 4 is to establish a clear, calm routine. Students thrive on predictability. Start each class the same way, a warm greeting, class rule reminder, short reviews, then lessons. Number 5, engage their senses. Mix visual, auditory, and kinesthetic learning. Use pictures, charts, and colors. Speak expressively, and all that. Give positive reinforcement. That's to praise them. I love how group 3 is working today. Identify the root cause. It could be hunger, fatigue, poor sleep, or emotional issues. Reduce distractions in class. Make lessons relevant to their life. Stay calm and consistent.
Thank you very much. So, from his own prompt, he gave AI prompts on how to handle students that don't listen in class, and the answer was very good. If you listen to what he said, the answer was very good. So, the next person, please. That's the last person.
Okay. I wrote here, create 10 multiple choice questions on teaching pedagogy with answers.
On teaching what?
Pedagogy, that's teaching. Okay, number 1 says, pedagogy refers to the art and science of teaching. There is a method of teaching, it's a ways of teaching. This pedagogy means method, skills, how you teach.
Okay.
Yes, so number 1 says, pedagogy refers to. Now the multiple choices are here with the answer. Then number 2, which of the following is a child-centered teaching method? The options are the lecture method, discovery method, dictation method, note copying. The answer is discovery method. The main purpose of evaluation in teaching is to, the options, assign grades to pupils, identify slow learners only, measure the extent of learning outcomes, punish lazy students. Then the answer is there, measure the extent of learning outcomes. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So, our last person, please.
Thank you very much. I gave AI a prompt. I asked how to handle children that cannot read very well.
Children
that cannot read very well.
Okay.
And these are the prices. The first one, the AI says, that's a very important question. Teaching children who cannot read very well requires patience, creativity, and stand-by-stand methods so they don't feel left behind. Now the step says, then step 1 on how to teach them, say, start with sounds. Note words, that's phonics first, like your a, b, k example. Then teach them to recognize later sounds before full words. They should learn the single letter sounds before blending the later sound. Example, show the letter b, make the b sound, and let them repeat. Use songs, charts, and rhymes to reinforce sounds. Number 2 says, use picture and objects. Example, connect works with image. Examples, show a picture of cat, cat, and the word cat. Say it slowly. Let them repeat them. Let them repeat their link sounds to spelling. Number 3, read aloud and shared reading. For example, read short, simple stories to make them while prompting at each word. Let them join in repeated phrases. Example: run, that's run, and the others. The fourth, break learning into small steps. Don't overload them with too many works at once. Teach sight works. Example: the and is you, etc. And pictures. Practice a few works daily and then become automatic. 5, make it fun and interactive. Use games like word, bingo, flashcard, matching games. Sing alphabets and word songs. Writing.
If there is any question, someone you can feel free to ask the question. If you have any question you want to ask, feel free to ask the question. Okay, thank you for listening, and I hope you all apply this teaching to your daily lessons and all the rest. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Are you guys happy to be here? Okay. So, there's so many things in stock for us today. I will just get on with my own. So, the big question that could be on our mind is, what is Edtech Indaba? Okay. Someone said, is Edtech Indaba, that they made mistake and put D. Another person say is Edtech Indaba. Edtech for Aba people. But has anyone bothered to check out the meaning of the word Indaba? Anybody? Did anybody bother to check out the meaning of the word Indaba? Nobody did. Even until you registered and everything, you didn't bother to say, what's this Indaba? Let me find out the meaning. Wow. Serious? Okay. Long story short, Indaba is actually South African. Okay? It's a word. What it means is summit, gathering. A gathering. All right? But we're not the first person to use it. There's an event that happens, is it at Kenya yearly? It's called Deep Learning Indaba. Okay? So it's for AI and machine learning engineers. So I've been opportune to experience the event. And so when we're trying to put together an EdTech event I said, okay, let's go with that theme. It's unique, it's stylish, and it's presentable. So that's how we arrived at the EdTech Indaba. My Oga is here. Please, let's celebrate the Honorable Commissioner for Science and Technology, Dr. David. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Yeah, because we started late, he's actually supposed to be speaking now by 11:20, and I know he keeps time. He's not a Nigerian. Sorry, sir. Let me round up just 20 minutes. You will. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. So let me hurry along. Smart learning for a smart future. I want to express my joy and welcome everyone to the very first edition of this event. A lot of people are still trying to understand what we are. A lot of people are still trying to understand what we are doing, and it's okay we walk with the pace as people understand us and join us along the way. By the grace of God, this is going to be an annual event, and you are going to see why you should always be a part of this event. So let me begin with a simple story. Years ago, a typical Nigerian classroom will consist of a blackboard, a chalk, right? And students sitting on a desk. But this time around, the world is changing. If you go to some schools now, you will see schools where the classroom have projector now. I've seen some schools now. There are some schools where you go, you see now that they even have screen like LCD TV. Are you with me? Okay, so this thing should be telling you that something is changing. Something is changing. And the only thing that is permanent in life is change. What we want to do is to begin to prepare ourselves to be ready for the changes that is happening in the education sector. Now, Ashport as a company is an EdTech hub, an institution, and we do a lot of services and products around the EdTech field. So we found it wise to bring teachers, administrators, who are and also policymakers for the education sector, not necessarily the students. There's a lot of events being done for students, a lot of training for students, a lot of summer code camp, this one of that for students. But then the teachers still remain as the common denominator in all of these things. So the teachers have to be carried along in every aspect of the way. So smart learning. Can I ask a question? Am I free to ask a question? Okay. What do you understand by smart learning? Anybody here? Get the mic for someone to. Yes, I'm seeing a hand up there. Smart learning. Let me see who.
Okay, my own understanding, I would say that smart learning is one, conducive environment and all the gadgets that will make that learning very easy. All the instruments or anything that will make that learning easy. Unlike those years back where we use chalk and blackboard. Like, for example, we now use whiteboard and marker.
Okay, all right, thank you. Is there another person I want to give it a try? Smart learning. Let me get a man. Now let's balance the gender equality.
I would say is the ability to grab something being taught to you fast, speedily.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'll just take that too. Thank you. Now, let me tell you simply. You all made a very fantastic input. But now, smart learning simply means using innovative tools, technology, and methods to make learning more engaging, more personalized, and more effective. Okay? So it's about using innovative tools, technologies, and methods to make learning more engaging and more personalized, and thereby also more effective. Today we are hearing about smart classrooms. Some of us have heard about the word, the phrase, smart classroom. Yeah, so where you come to a class now, you see a lot of tools, technologies. Some of them are assistive technologies, some are even predictive technologies that are fixed in classes now. I was watching a video of a classroom in China where the students are even wearing a kind of a headband that transmits their level of understanding to the teacher's computer. Right? So this is where the world is right now. We have not even gotten there. We are still trying to use screen and project what we are doing. But some part of the world are above. So this is what smart learning is all about. It's not just about AI or ChatGPT. No. It's about tools that help to make, when we say smart, they say you either work hard or you work smart. You've heard that phrase before. So smart is like finding a way to do less work and get greater result. That's what the smart there is all about. Okay. So it doesn't really have anything to do with your IQ or intelligence. So smart learning, how do we put minimum effort and learn faster and learn more? And since we are looking towards a smart future, an AI-powered future, if we don't begin to incorporate this into our fundamental, that's the basics. That's the reason why we wanted just basic and secondary school teachers to come here. We didn't want tertiary institution or whatever. So because we want to get down to the roots, which is where we believe we need to start making the impact. Okay? So if we are going to build a smart future, we must put smart features into our learning and into our school. And it has to be part of our curriculum. It has to be part of our day-to-day activities. We have to make the pupils understand that the time you went to school is not the same thing with now that they are going to school. I remember when I did nursery school, you use slate and chalk. Eh? Yes, I was talking to somebody. I said, okay, let me even come up. When we did primary school, we only had 3 subjects: English, maths, and notes. You remember, right? It's called English, maths, and notes. And that note contains every other thing. That's not English and maths. But now I come to schools now, students are learning this, they're learning all of that. My 6-year-old daughter that's in, is it still nursery 3? I think she does like up to 9 subjects now or something. Nursery 3. Before I started doing 9 subjects, I've entered the secondary school. Even at that, I don't think it was up to 9 then. So these are some of the things we are looking at these days, and we are seeing how things are changing. So why does smart learning matter for the future? The future we are preparing our students for is a future of automation, artificial intelligence, and global competition. As if you're a school, any school owner here, you own a school? Let me see your hand. A school owner, okay. All right, thank you, that's great. Now, you have to know that these people that you're preparing in your school, you are not preparing them to come out and compete locally. You are preparing them to come out and compete on a global scale. And the mindset has to be right where they are getting the training, right where they are getting the education. Okay, so smart learning equips our students with the following. 1, critical thinking skills. We work with schools, and I know that there are schools where they teach, there are schools that have some extracurricular subjects like music, chess, coding classes, right? So you should start thinking along that way. This is to improve the students' creative thinking ability or skills. Digital literacy, of course, must be at the foundation of whatever we are doing. Adaptability. And then there is one thing that they don't teach in school in those days, which we must begin to teach now, and that is collaboration ability. We must begin to teach our students the importance of collaboration. Now, this thing works against some ethics of school, because in school, I used to tell people there are 5 things you learn in school that if you bring it to the real world, you'll be a total failure. Let me just tell you 3. The first thing they tell you in school is, if you copy from somebody, you fail. That's school now. It works in school. If you bring it to life, you fail. Okay? Another thing they tell you is, those who are below you in class are your junior, and those who are their senior. So when you come to their class, they should greet you. If you bring that to the real world, you will fail. Some of the things that have helped me are people that were my juniors when we were in school. When you come out, who will help you? You lower yourself, humble yourself. Even if it was, when you were in SS, the person was in SS, just one. But connect me, we are live today. Are you getting me? We need to start teaching some of these things that we do is it works in the school environment. Another thing that doesn't work in school, that we learn in school is, we don't really teach collaboration in school. You know, as you are writing, make sure nobody looks at your work. Why are you asking questions? This thing is fine for the school. But when you come outside the world is a big place. You need to collaborate. You need to collaborate. And there's something that happens in school. When you are very intelligent students in school usually don't like to collaborate with anybody. Have you noticed this? Intelligent students, they don't like collaborating with anybody because they believe they can do it. But you need to start teaching collaboration skill to these students so that they know that the world, that's not the way the world works. Okay? All right. So I'll round up with the role of teachers and schools. So smart learning is not about replacing teachers with machines. I think we have established that. Technology does not replace a teacher's passion, wisdom, or mentorship. Instead, it empowers teachers to do more. So they say they put it this way. Your job will not be replaced with AI as a teacher. Your job will not be replaced with AI, but your job can be replaced, let me put it this way. You will not be replaced with AI if you are a good teacher. But you can be replaced with another good teacher who is using AI. You get that? So because the AI is made to empower, make you better, work smarter and faster. Okay, so these are the roles we need to be. Smart schools are not those with the fanciest gadget, but those where teachers and learners are empowered with tools that work. There are a lot of tools. We introduce some to you in the course of this program that can help you to do your work as a teacher, as an administrator. So in Nigeria here, we know the challenges: limited infrastructure, poor access to internet, shortage of devices. Yes, we are trying to do our best. You know, in this event, we're going to be giving out some Wi-Fi routers to some people. We also have some laptops that we'll give out. Yeah. So we hope to do one or two things to help, because one of the things that's going to help us to overcome this limitation, of course, is increasing government support. And I thank God for my boss that is here. He's a very great encouragement. Let's celebrate him once more. Yes. It's a very great encouragement. It's a very great encouragement to this state. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. And then local innovation from startups. You know, edtech startups, products. Let's leverage on these things. When we started doing tech in Indaba, that was 2010, 15 years ago, when we opened shop in Aba. 2010, yes. I remember traveling to Ghana for PyCon conference, Nigeria, and we went in a chartered coaster bus from other people from Lagos and other places. So we went together. I was the only one from the whole Southeast then. So when we went there, and I said I'm from Abia State, those of them in Lagos were like, do people write computer code in Abia State? I said, yes now. What do you mean? Do you understand? Do you know that even up to now, people still ask that kind of question? And these are the kind of narratives they are trying to change. I remember when I was putting this program together, someone told me, why are you doing this thing in Aba? Why not go to Lagos and do this thing? You might have a fuller house, but I might not get the impact I'm trying to create here. This is my home, right? So I just want to do as much as I can. Everybody will all have a part to play in the scheme of things. So Ashmont has been in this city for 15 years. I will have some things we are going to introduce to you, make you aware. And it doesn't stop here. We can always continue to extend the relationship beyond this summit. So that said, I want to ask you to sit tight, relax, and get all that we want, because together we are building a smart future that is powered by smart learning. Thank you so much.
Thank you to my very good friend, Sams, for inviting me to this great occasion, and I'm extremely excited to be here to see the future. That's what people in education are, the future. So thank you all for coming. Let me start with my keynote address. Distinguished smart guests, distinguished smart educators, smart innovators, smart students, and friends of progress. You're all very welcome. It's a great honor that I stand here before you today at this pivotal gathering focused on a theme that resonates deeply with my aspirations and with our collective aspirations: smart learning for a smart future. This is more than a slogan. It is a call to action, a vision for transformation, and a commitment to empowering our people through knowledge and innovation. I want to start by going back, and I think my friend alluded to the old ways. When I was a student, when I was doing my first degree in Nsukka, University of Nigeria, Nsukka, this was in the 80s, I studied mechanical engineering. And the department then didn't have any computers. It was, as Sam's alluded to, a blackboard. And we did all our courses on the blackboard. But if I say we had a computer course at the time, which we also learned on the blackboard, there were no computers. We actually did a computer course called Fortran, which is a programming language at the time, Fortran 4. And we did everything on the blackboard. We wrote with pen and paper. The lecturer wrote everything on the blackboard. We took our notes, and when the exam came, it was all written questions to which we had to give written answers. Then I went to study abroad. I went to the UK, where to do a further degree, in the university there, everybody had computers. We did everything with computers. Even, you're writing an essay, you had to write it on the computer. And for me, this was, there I was typing, like this. And I saw all these other people typing away and writing their essays. I thought, it was like then 1,000-word essay. I'm thinking, when will I get to 1,000 words doing this? But it was a great exposure to me, seeing this gap. This gap was clear. But now I come back here and I look at schools here, and we have the internet. So what they're doing there, we can do it here. What they're seeing there, we can see it here. The apps that they're using there, we can use those apps here. The lectures that they attend over there, you can attend them here. You have people doing, there are all these online institutions. You can actually look at Harvard University courses online and attend them here. So technology is bridging this gap. But I think what we're here today for is to say that, yes, technology is bridging this gap, but it can bridge it further. And that is what I believe we're here to see. And that's what we're here to learn about and to discuss about and to develop further. Another example I'll give is, back in those days, your university library was, we were told that was the heart of the university. And they will tell you this university has 10,000 books, 1 million books. Big deal. Now, all those books that you're seeing in those libraries, they'll tell you go to Oxford University and the library there was, I don't know how many millions of books they had. But those books they have there, you can access them here. Not only can you just access them, you don't even have to. In those days, you would have to go. I remember libraries, they had this microfiche thing. You go and you search for the subject and you find the books that you want and you go and pull out 10 books and maybe 8 of them are not what you want, another 2 you have to read through. But today with AI, even basic Google search, you can get straight to what it is you're looking for. And that is what we're talking about, the smartness. So where it would have taken me a day, I would have gone to the library, done all this search. Before I'd even read one book, half the day had gone. Now you just get onto your computer, you go onto ChatGPT or whatever, Copilot, and you key in your question, and it comes up with everything you're looking for. That is the smart there. And so this is where I say, you know, going back to those days where these libraries only existed in the West or advanced countries. We may not have those libraries here today, but we have access to that same material. And that is what I'm saying, this gap is being bridged, and we can take that bridge further now. So I'll start with the role of science and technology in education. Science and technology are no longer optional in education, they're foundational. Across the globe, we see how digital tools, artificial intelligence, virtual learning environments are reshaping how knowledge is delivered, accessed, and applied. From personalized learning platforms to immersive simulations, technology is making education more inclusive, more engaging, and effective. And here in Abia State, we must not only observe what the rest of the world are doing, we must get involved in this as well. And that's what Ashport is doing, getting involved in these new learning technologies. And hopefully, it's not just getting involved in them, hopefully we will lead them as well. Our students here deserve access to the same cutting-edge technologies or cutting-edge tools as their peers in advanced economies. Our teachers deserve support to adapt and thrive in this new digital landscape. And our communities deserve the benefits that come from a well-educated, tech-savvy population. So innovation in education is not a luxury, it is a necessity. And Abia must champion this cause, not just for today's learners, but for the future of our economy, for the future of our workforce, and for our society. So this government and my ministry, but also the Ministry of Education, we're fully committed to driving this transformation. We have already begun by implementing initiatives that lay the groundwork for smart learning across our schools. These include digital literacy programs for students and teachers, and we're piloting smart classrooms. Like Sam's mentioned about smart classrooms, we're piloting them here in Abia. We're starting with 20 schools across the state, where we will have, like you mentioned, the smart boards, LCD screens, interactive screens. We're doing them in we're piloting them across 20 local governments in the state. We're also partnering with tech companies to provide devices and training. So for instance, my ministry, we're launching a STEM platform in collaboration with an Irish company called Allison. So we will have the STEM platform that you can go on for. It will be targeted at senior secondary, SS level, where all the SS curriculum would be on this platform, and you'll be able to access this online. To start with, it would be extracurricular, so it's something that you have a choice. You can do it, or you can choose to ignore it if you want. I would plead with you, don't ignore it. We also hope to support STEM clubs and competitions for STEM in secondary schools. My vision is that this would spark creativity and innovation. So looking ahead, we're developing the smart education framework that will guide the integration of emerging technologies such as AI, robotics, and data science into our curriculum. We're also working to ensure that rural schools are not left behind, with plans to expand connectivity and access digital resources. Sam's also alluded to the fact that internet access is still a big challenge here. And so this government has now signed an MOU with a company that hopefully would lay broadband cable, fiber optic cable across the state. I hope this will start soon. So we invite schools, we invite educators and private sector partners to join us in this journey. Together we can build a smart learning ecosystem that benefits every child in Abia State. So to our educators, you are the architects of the future. Embracing digital tools is not about replacing your role. I think I'm repeating what Sam said here now. It's about enhancing your role. Like you said about teachers, the AI is not going to replace the teachers, but it will enhance the teachers. Technology can help you reach more students, tailor your teaching, and inspire curiosity in ways never before possible. And this is something that I think if you've been in a classroom, not all students are equal. Not all students have the same interest. And this is where technology can help you target all the different interests that you may get in the classroom. So to our students, technology is your gateway to opportunity. Whether you dream of becoming a software engineer, a medical researcher, a digital artist, or an entrepreneur, the tools you learn today will shape the careers you build tomorrow. So I say, be bold, be curious, and be ready. Let us empower this new generation, not just with the knowledge, or not just with knowledge, but with the confidence to innovate, the skills to compete, and the vision to lead. Smart learning is not just about devices and apps. It's about a mindset, policy, and purpose. It's about preparing our people for a smart future where knowledge drives development and innovation fuels prosperity. So as a commissioner, I pledge that our ministry will continue to invest, collaborate, and innovate to make this vision a reality. So let us work together to ensure that Abia State becomes a beacon of smart learning in Nigeria and beyond. So thank you all. Thank you for coming, and may this event inspire us to build a smarter and brighter future for our society. Thank you all very much.
An application we've been working on that will help students to learn and acquire some of these coding skills as early as possible. So we just want to unveil it today and tell you how this can be a game changer for you as a teacher and also for your kids, your pupils. So in a nutshell, what is, if you're ready, let me know on the video. So they will play a little video. So Early Start is an event that this thing started as a program we do in schools from 2020, before the coronavirus. So we have a program we call Early Start that we were doing with schools. So what we were doing then was partnering with schools to teach their students coding, Python, AI, Scratch, and some of these coding skills. So we will partner with the school, and they will include this thing in their curriculum, and then we'll come to the school weekly to teach. We had about 3 or 4 schools in Aba here we were partnering with. But one of the challenges with that is that it was limited. A lot of schools wanted to get involved, and sometimes we didn't have enough instructors to send across so many schools who wanted to be part of the program. That will be sponsored by international organizations, the way we structure the app. So there could be coding competitions on the app. I don't know if you have used a platform like Kaggle. I don't know. But there's a platform called Kaggle where companies can sponsor competitions, attach a price tag, and anybody that you just do it on your own and you get the prize. So we want to build that kind of a coding and a tech-driven community for our kids so that they can begin to have a feel of what is happening beyond their environment. Okay? There's this tendency for us to get locked in. And Aba is a place that can lock you in if you are not careful. So you need to be able to look beyond your environment to get that. So we are just doing the official unveiling, and what we are going to do is, during the breakout session, in one of our stands there, if you are interested, you come along there. There's also something we are doing for teachers, because we're going to work with teachers as well who are interested in learning programming. We're going to train them for free. Okay? Yeah. So the selection process will be tough, but it's going to train them for free. And then, because like I said, we can't build education without teachers. It's not possible. We can't have education without teachers. And if the teaching profession is not what it should be, our future cannot be guaranteed. It's just as simple as that. If you want to get the system, start with teachers. They are the ones communicating with the kids, the futures of tomorrow on a daily basis. Celebrate yourself here if you're a teacher. Yeah. Yes, I used to be a teacher. I used to tell people, of course, now I'm still a teacher. It's now in the higher institution. But the only class I have not taught is nursery school. I've taught every level of education: primary, secondary, holiday lesson, night school, private classes. I'll go and look for one school and teach nursery school for like 1 term. So I'll cover everything. Okay, so I cannot have an idea of what I'm telling you. I'm coming from, I think I was in the teaching for like up to 7 or 8 years. So before so even now I still teach. So ladies and gentlemen, permit me to officially make open to you the Early Start coding platform. Let's celebrate it. So if you will be interested in knowing more about what this is going to do, there is a form we'll make available for you to fill, which we use to keep in contact with you, especially if you're also among the teachers that will want to be trained free on programming, so that we can, the reason why we are training you so that you can also train others. Are you getting me? So that's why we're training you for free, so that when we need you to train the students on the platform, you will also be available to train them. So there's a form you will fill later on. Since my boss is here, I want to call him to just say 1 or 2 things. In fact, I'm presenting this application to him. Let's celebrate him. Let him just say 1 or 2 things. Thank you, sir. you, sir. Just a few.
Thank you so much. This is exactly what I was talking about, accessibility of platforms. That's what technology is offering us, that these things are accessible. This sort of course, years ago, you know, in the 90s or 80s, you would have had to have traveled abroad to have done this sort of course. So it's not only that now we can do this, but innovators like Ashport are bringing this to your doorstep. And all I can say is, please grab this opportunity as much as you can. Nobody's going to force you to use this app or force the students to use this app, but it's there. It's an opportunity. And unless you grab the opportunity, everything will be lost. So please, thank you so much. I applaud this sort of innovation. I applaud this sort of initiative. Bring more.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. All right. So, on that note, I want to welcome back Sorry, they're supposed to play one video. It's true. Okay, maybe just be doing it. We can still play it later on because of our time. Just so, Classic. Over to you again. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So the next session he will introduce, we want to show you another of our product. Is a school management system that we have schools that are using it in Abia State. We have up to 5 schools that are using it already. So someone is going to come and show you in the next 20 or 30 minutes how that is done.
All right. Good morning, all. Okay, my name is Udoka Ubong. I work with Hashport Microsystems, Abia State. All right. I'm going to introduce to you a demo on the Schoolzy. So Schoolzy is a school management software that is responsible for handling the difficult activities in your school, maybe such as registration of students, computation of student results. You can also manage staffs. You can also it help in communication between the parents and the teachers. So it's going to be a live demo. You're going to see how it's being done. All right, please, I'm going to use my screen. So you're going to follow me, see the way I'm going to add. Maybe this is the software, how it works. Then I will log in as an admin. Now as an admin, this is your dashboard. In your dashboard, you can see the users, you see the academics, the learning, the sections, finance, inventory. Now you go to users, you see students. Now this is where you can, if you click, you can be able to add your students. You can add students. Now the students are already available. Here is the teachers. You have the parent section, the accounts, the admins. We have the learning. You have the sections. Now in sections, you go to sections, you can see that there's a way you have nursery, primary, junior secondary, and then the senior secondary section. So the classes is where you can you also classify them in nursery 1, nursery 2, you have nursery 3, you have the primary 1, primary 2, 3, 4, and 5, and so on and so forth. Now in class, the class group is where we have the class group. Sorry. this is where you can group whether nursery 1A, 1B, we have nursery 2A and 2B. Now, I want to go to finance section to show you example on how you can track your fees. Then I'll move to finance as a payment. Now, before you can make any payment, you have to get the admission number of that particular student that you want to pay. Now, we go to the users where we see students. If you click on students, you get your students. Now, this is the student's admission number. I'm going to copy this admission number before I'll be able to pay whatever the student was owing. Now, if I click on the student, it shows me that this student is owing, and the amount is owing is 5,000 naira here. This one has been paid, and this one shows not paid. So in order for me to do this, I'm going to get the student's admission number, which is AD001. I'll now go to finance, payment. It says add payment, enter admission number. Now, once I click search, it's going to bring out the name of that student, which is Okafo Adebayo. Now, I'll now choose the particular fees I'm going to pay. I want to pay for the student, like tuition fee, development fee, and he was owing, the student was owing development fee. I click, I enter the amount, which is 5,000 naira. Now, the moment you click add, you see that new payments added successfully. So, if you go back to the student dashboard, now you see that he has been cleared. So this student is no longer owing. All right, I'm going to go back to I will log in as a teacher. I'll go back to my dashboard, then log out. Now, this is teacher's dashboard. I log in as a teacher. Now, you see my classes, my results. If you click my results, you say upload results. You go to upload results. So before you can upload results, you first of all select the particular subject that you want to upload. Now we have nursery 1A, number work, low students. I click low students. Now we have a section here, students, which indicate the students' names. We have the classwork, we have the project, test, examination. Now I'm going to enter, let's assume that we have this student is called 8, and the classwork, then projects I entered 7, then here I entered 18, then in the exams I entered 50. So the next student I will do the same thing. I entered here. Sorry, I need to enter all the students' scores in order to get it computed. Now I've successfully entered their scores. I'll now click upload scores. So we see an information indicating that nursery 1A result for number work for first time 2024-2025 uploaded successfully. View scores. I'll go to view scores. You go to view scores, you will see all their scores. Now this makes your work very easy. So instead of recording from, you write your pen, getting a pen to write it for one particular student, you take this one, you can be able to deliver your work within a limited period of time. Now if you go to view class results. Now here we select, we have already selected nursery 1A, which is first time. It's a load student. Now you can see that all the scores that the student had has been recorded without stress. So if you can see view printable, if you want to see it in a printable form, you can click view printable format. So you see that I've completed the recording within a short period of time. All right, now this is what we have at the end of our computation of result. You see that instead of writing 1, you can use a school management software to complete your work. So I know that so many schools have already started implementing this, but it is a good idea for your students. If you have your student then, once the school begins, and your student will be able to see that there are changes in your school, you are no longer doing the manual things again. So it will be better you just choose one thing in a term and make your school, just change your school, change everything that your school was doing, just change the scenario. Maybe if your student comes back next time, you notice that what you have been doing has been changed. It's no longer the manual form, okay? It's no longer, it might not be, don't look at the course, don't look at what might be, you say, no, I can't code for this. But it's what the world is changing to. So if you can't do this, that means you are lacking behind. So you can choose to do one thing at a time. You might not do everything at the same time. So if you can say, okay, I want at this time, I'm going to do this one, then next time you do this. Okay? So it still makes your school to be standard. Thank you very much, and God bless.